Hello, greetings. Thank you so much and welcome to earGROUND, Your Voices Amplified. My name is Plot Mhako and welcome to the program that brings you some of the finest and amazing and brilliantly talented artists from Zimbabwe. And today we happen to have an amazing voice. And I'm talking about an artist who's a fashionista, but at the same time, she's also a talented musician, one of the fastest rising musicians from Zimbabwe. I'm talking about Feli Nandi. Welcome to earGROUND.
Thank you so much, Claude. Thank you.
You're welcome. Great. Let me take you back a bit, your childhood. Just
Mhm.
tell us a bit about your upbringing, where you grew up, and then your first uh, entry into music.
Um, I grew up in a very musical family. My father used to play an acoustic guitar, and my family, but no one really ever took it serious. So I was the loudest one. Funerals since I was 3, I think. So it got so popular to an extent that whenever there was a function, people would be calling my mom, it's really coming. And I remember we get on the bus. It started at a very, very young age, and I used to sing in church, in choir, senior choir when I was 5 or 6. So yeah, that was amazing.
Wow, great. Studying choir at 5 or 6, and then high school you at Queen Elizabeth School.
Queen Elizabeth, yeah.
Yes. And were you also singing whilst in high school?
Oh my God, was that was it in high school. That's where the real thing started. Everyone knew me. Everyone wanted to come on assembly at 7 because they used to give me a slot at 7 a.m.
Wow.
So if they were my days of singing, or if me and the other girls were singing, because we were in a group called Queens of Echo.
Awesome.
So they would announce the day before, tomorrow we're having Queens of Echo, and then the head mistress noticed that whenever we sang in the morning, everybody would be early at school. So yeah, yeah, Queen Elizabeth. That's where the whole thing started.
Wow, great. And then
Yeah.
professionally, do you remember the first time that you started like music and perform?
Um. Okay. I stopped singing for so many years. For when my mother died, that's when the whole journey starts. So I got married very early, and I had stopped everything up until about 3 years ago. That's when I attended a wedding, and I saw Mbeu
Yes.
and the Muzi tribe performing, and I just walked straight to him, and I said, I want to sing with you. I want to be a vocalist. And they asked me, where are you coming from? And I said, home. Have you ever done this before? I said, no. I said, oh, okay. And then auditions, and yeah, that's how it started.
Wow. Just in
Mhm.
a line, what are some of the highlights or what are some of the things that you learned during the period that you were working with Bell?
To be very honest, I'm very good for. I learned a great deal. I didn't know what it is to perform in front of anyone except church and school. A lot of confidence. Or I remember my first baking for his song. He taught me how to even stand before the mic in the studio. I didn't know that. And I remember confidence on stage. Sometimes I would just be numb, and he would be like, "Let's go. I mean, you can do it. You can do it." So I learned a lot of things. Even my writing skills. We used to
Yes.
write songs together, and I learned a lot of things. Honestly, my journey, I give it all to them.
Wow. Great.
Yeah.
And now that you're a solo artist, you're pursuing your own music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, How's been the experience so far?
Yeah. It's I think I'm very privileged girl, blessed I would say.
Right.
I'm surrounded by a very strong team and people that are believing in this what I'm doing. So I have people that are pushing me, and I have people that tell me every single day that you're great, you're gonna do it. We can do it. We can do it. So he's a very strict, pushy dad figure. He can just call you like, we want to write a song. Where are you? So I'm being pushed really hard, and it's crazy and it's amazing. It's amazing.
Wow, great. I was reading in one article, and they were
Mm-hmm.
quoting you saying that your husband is one of the greatest support uh, people around you, and that
Mm-hmm.
is given you so much courage to keep going on. I've seen a lot of women when they get into music, when they get married, and then normally the husband is like, "No, she says my guitar," you know. Uh,
Yeah.
for you, how does that make you feel to get support from your family?
Yeah, like I said, I'm a blessed girl. It's not easy, but and I feel for him most of the time, especially when I have to wake up and be in the studio at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But I give it to him. He's a very strong guy because it's not like people just let him be. People go to him with a lot of different views of what they think about this. Um, and sometimes it gets to him, but he then remembers. I mean, we started this together. He was there when I saw Mbeu on stage and when I walked to him. And I think because he was with me when I was not singing, he got to experience the bitterness that was growing in me every single year because I had stopped doing what I really did. And he has seen the difference from before and now when I'm happy, I'm in my position, I'm at home. So he's a very strong guy, and I totally give it to him for this.
Wow. Awesome, awesome. And now
Mm-hmm.
you have got a couple of releases, your own
Yeah.
songs, and then now we have Fuzo Mombe, which is doing quite well. It's a super awesome project.
Yeah.
Yes, but when I look at the kind of music that you're making, it comes from a deep place. I don't know if it connects to you or it's things that you see happening in the society, but like the recent one that I was watching, where you're talking
Yeah.
about gender-based violence, uh, where
Mm-hmm.
does where does all the where do you get this kind of inspirational message?
I'm a very emotional, messed up person, if I should say it like that. I write whatever happens in my life. I write whatever I'm feeling. On the recent song, rather, I've never really experienced what no experience. Comic Pastor came up with the idea, and he said, "You know what? Let's create a song that's going to talk about gender-based violence." But all my previous songs, all the other songs, I write exactly what happens in my life. Um, when I write a song, it's exactly what's happening. I'm a very predictable person. Yeah.
And let's talk about Mufuzi Mombe. I'm told that you wrote this song like in a day. I don't know how far true it is.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Take us through the
It is
creative
true.
process.
So I got in touch with Mr. Marambine when I was approached that he wanted me to be part of the artists that we're performing um, on his launch. So he sent me a book. He sent me his book, and he said, "Nandi, if you get time, please just go through the book. I want you to write a song. I'm gonna make you get in touch with Trevor, and and then I want you guys to do a collabo on my book. And I said, okay. So he sent me the book, and I read the book, and then I just wrote what I'm an orphan as well, yeah. So it was
Right.
really easy for me because I just wrote what I also went through, and it was just more like connecting to the whole atmosphere. So I had to sleep, and somehow we were just delaying to get in touch with Trevor. And I think Trevor was busy. So 3 days to the day, that's when Trevor and Mike D gave me a call, and they said, we're ready for you for the song. So I went, and we got there, and they said, do you have a song? And I said, no, I have a few words. And they said, let's write a song. And I think we wrote the song in an hour. It was not even a day, it
Wow.
was in an hour. Trevor wrote his verse, I wrote my verse, Mac D helped us on the chorus, and then the
Yes.
next thing we went on the boat, we recorded, yeah.
That's great. It's a beautiful song, and I think also the visuals that complement the song are really captivating, relatable in a very interesting way.
Yeah.
I think so many people in different situations they can just relate to it. I've managed to
Mm-hmm.
I've become very interested in even getting the book so that I can read the story myself.
Yeah.
Right. And you're also a fashion designer and you're a model. How did that come about?
Yeah. Um, I didn't go to school for this. It started when I was on stage with the Mo Tribe, and so I used to make clothes on my own, just come up with the design,
Yes.
um, and then go on stage. So everybody was like, "Oh my God, you're looking really good. Who did your dress?" Like, oh, I did. What? Really? And I got so many of those comments, and I just thought, sure, why not do it? So that's how it really, really started. And then it slowly turned into a very big passion, and now I'm all about that.
Great. And
Mhm.
how do you balance that? Like you're making music at the same time you're running a fashion business, or these things just
Mhm.
go hand in hand?
They sort of okay. It's easy. Physically, it's easy because my my showroom is on the second floor, and the studio that I work with is on the fourth floor. So I'm
Okay.
always in my shop studio.
Very
So
strategic.
yeah, but the workshop is like yeah, the workshop is like downtown. But
Okay.
I'm not really at the workshop. I'm there when I have to do something really important. But it's easy. It's either I'm in this showroom or I'm in the studio. Yeah, it's not really hard. No, it's not.
Right.
Yeah.
And what are you currently working on? What are we expecting from
I'm supposed to shoot a video on Thursday. There's a song called Handidine Mashoko Angu coming.
you? Okay,
It's
great.
it's a different vibe. Uh, I want to believe that I haven't really settled on a particular genre. I'm still trying to find myself.
Okay, great.
So I'm trying all different kind of things just to see really where I'm going. So it's a different song. It's a bit on the soft soul side, which is
Yes.
sort of my comfort zone. So yeah, on Thursday we're shooting Ha Ndidine Mashoko Wangu. It's probably will be coming out in 2-3 weeks time.
Okay. Any albums,
Mm.
any singles coming through?
I think the first thing that I'm going to start with is a singles collection, and
Okay.
then yeah, because I'm currently in the midst of setting up a band.
Okay.
Uh, uh, yeah, I'm looking at a maybe 7-member band. So yeah, a lot is going on. I'm just trying to see how we can all connect it. But I think a
Yes.
singles collection is on it. Yeah.
Great. Um, on your
Mm-hmm.
playlist, when you're not listening to your own music, when you're not making your own music, what are you listening to currently?
If we're talking about if we're talking about right now, I'm
Yes.
obsessed with Tigon's Dunam Tuna. Oh my god, we were sightseeing where we
Yeah.
were shooting on Thursday, so it was on repeat from here. I'm going crazy. That's a beautiful song. That's a beautiful
No,
song.
Tigons is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. And who else are you listening to?
I love, of course, Tigons. This one was catchy. The recent song. I love Soja Love. I'm a fan.
Soldier
I'm a
Love.
true fan. I'm a true fan of Soja Love. I think I sing along every song of his.
Can we expect one day a collaboration with him?
Soja Love fan. Yeah. And that definitely, I would love that.
That would be great. And let's
Yeah.
look forward. Let's look into the future. Uh, 5 years from now,
Mm-hmm.
where do we see Feli Nandi?
I love. I love. I would really love to be a performing artist in at festivals.
Sorry about the network there. Our connection is a bit bad, but we're going to keep trying to reconnect with our guest. Um, Stay tuned. Hello. Yes, I'd lost you.
Yeah.
Yes. You were talking about
Can you hear
festivals.
me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah. I was saying I really want to be a performing artist. Festivals all over, touring the world. That's the dream. That's where I see myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I see that coming through. I'm not a prophet, but I see where your talent is taking you. It's going far. Wow, that's great. And
Thank you so much.
what would be a word to young artists, especially young female artists? Um,
Mhm.
I always speak on conversations within the creative space, especially in Zimbabwe. And most female artists, they say the
Mhm.
going is not easy if you're a lady.
It's
And
not. Yeah.
how has been your experience before maybe you give advice?
Um. For me, okay. I'm an extremely positive person and very pushy.
Mm.
When I believe in something, I eat that. I sleep that. I walk that. I talk that. So for me, it was not easy. I would not lie, especially on the family side and particularly in-laws. It's
Yes,
because I was a wife. I was a wife. I was a mother, and they didn't know that I was a singer. For some reason, nobody knew. I never um, told anyone, and I never sang anywhere. So for a Murora to just wake up and be singing in a club with a male band, that was not easy. I got a lot of criticism. It got so bad to an extent of physical approach as well. It was really bad. But I remember the worst of it after a very bad um, a very bad experience. I was
yes,
supposed to perform. It was on a Friday. I was supposed to start average would just be home sleeping, but I'm so crying the whole night. I wore my big skirt and put on makeup, and I went on stage and I was baking bill. So it wasn't easy, and it's not easy even up to today. You still have people that have different opinions of what. But I just believe that when you know what you want to become, when you know what you want to do, you know where you want to go. Nobody stops you. Nobody stops you.
wonderful. Wow, that's deep. That's deep. And what would you say to that young
Hmm.
lady who's there in Makokoba or in Mudiriro, who wants to get into music, but when they hear some of these stories, when they see the reality, they feel discouraged. I was talking to another friend one day, and she was like, "Look, this industry is really difficult if you're a lady, and a lot of the times people."
It is, yeah.
What would you say to them?
Truthfully, coming deep from my heart, I would tell a sister that when you know who you want to become, nothing can stop you. It's I say take the step, raise your head high and move. Nobody stops you. You're not in coming in there to compete to anyone. No, you're perfect in your own right. You're the perfect you, and your flows are beautiful. Just take the first step. Don't look back. Don't look back, and just hit it. Go.
Go for it.
And before you know it, you help us.
Yes.
People are holding your hands. And, yeah, just hit it. Go.
Great, great. Before we close, the name Feli Nandi, is that the name on your ID or is it a stage name?
Okay, Feli is short for Felistas. My name is Felistas Chupendo. Then Nandi, there's a very close friend of mine. She gave birth to a beautiful baby girl and she named her Nandi. So I was like, that's a beautiful. So I was like, oh, so yeah. So I was like, from today, you're my mother. I want to call myself Nandi because it means beautiful, it means happy. So I was like, yeah. And Carl Joshua, Carl Joshua, is a very good friend of mine. So I was asking him for names, and I was like, what do you think? Should I drop Feli? And he said, no, you don't drop Feli. Call yourself Feli Nandi. And I was like, good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you related to Ndomo in any way?
Am I related to? Sorry.
To Ndomo, Ndomo Shpendo.
Yeah, the hyper sister of mine. Yes.
Wow, that's quite interesting.
She's my sister.
Wow, that's now I see where it all
Yeah.
comes from. Great, great.
She's
It
my
runs in the
cousin
family.
sister.
Ah, great. Wow, it's been awesome. It's been great speaking to you. And
Yes, we are all
great.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I see the energy.
Thank you so much, Plot.
Wow, thank you so much.